When the world probably thought the Kardashian-Jenner family couldn't make headlines any more than they already were, Caitlyn Jenner's still Bruce Jenner at the time proved this theory wrong. I think that Bruce announcing his decision to become Caitlyn was one of the biggest shockers in Hollywood to date, and certainly not something people were expecting. We first knew Bruce Jenner as an Olympic gold medalist athlete who set records in the men's decathlon.
Jenner's really piling up the points. He sprints through the hurdles for 8:66. He hurls the javelin for 8:62. He's done it! Bruce Jenner set a new world decathlon record!
In this fourth event, the high jump, Bruce Jenner attempting 1.97 meters, 6 feet 5 and 1/2 inches. Dixon is already out. There he is, up and over, and that's a good jump. And 197 is worth 831 points.
Once he was retired, then we knew him as the man of the house on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. He starred on the show since 2007, and he was husband to Kris Jenner at the time and father to Kendall and Kylie Jenner. The whole family was living their lives on camera, but behind closed doors, Bruce was planning something major. In April 2015, Bruce came out as a trans woman during an interview on 2020, and as you probably know, this was the same year his 23-year marriage with Kris ended. Caitlyn is 69 years old at the time of this recording, so she clearly lived many years and a few marriages as Bruce before claiming her current identity. Aside from Kris, Caitlyn had 2 previous wives and a few other children. I always forget one of them is Brody Jenner. And something I never knew is that Bruce cross-dressed for many years prior and took hormone replacement therapy. He only stopped after his relationship with Kris became serious and resulted in marriage in 1991. Caitlyn has been called the most famous transgender woman in the world, and her public experience has definitely raised a lot of awareness. At the moment, she has 9.3 million followers on Instagram. I haven't really heard too much from Caitlyn in the last little while, so maybe life has quieted down a bit for her.
Hi, Santa Barbara today. Going for a walk on the beach. Absolutely beautiful here. Finally. Clouds are still a little bit overcast. We don't have the bright sun, but a perfect time to go for a walk on the beach.
What's going on, guys and girls? My name is Kara, and this series we've titled Before and After. Today we're going to look at Caitlyn, how she's changed, what work she's gotten done, and her whole transition from Bruce to Caitlyn. Some have even speculated that she spent millions of dollars on her entire transition. I've done other celebrity transformation videos on the likes of Caitlyn's ex, Kris Jenner, as well as some other icons in the trans community, like Blair White and Nikita Dragun. We'll have links to those at the end of this video. If you like this channel, make sure you're subscribed and ring that bell to be notified when we post so you never miss out. I've also been reading all your comments, and I'm going to be responding to some at the end of this. As always, if there's anyone else you want me to document, let me know in the comments down below. Now let's get into this video. In June of 2015, Caitlyn debuted her new name and look and also held a renaming ceremony. Before the shocking 2020 interview where Caitlyn revealed this huge change, there was a 2-part special of Keeping Up with the Kardashians called About Bruce. Here, Caitlyn prepared her children for her transition and the whole lot of changes that were about to go down, both personally and private. Since we're focusing on Caitlyn's physical transition here on Before and After, we're going to talk about all of the changes we both know and speculate that she had done. Starting with Caitlyn's face, changing over from Bruce was likely a lot of work. We can guess that she got facial feminization surgeries, which is the handful of surgeries recommended when someone transitions from male to female. Looking at before photos of Bruce, he still had a slightly feminine face. We know that when Caitlyn was still Bruce, he got a facelift, and when you look at a pic from 2007 and then after the facelift in 2009, he did come out looking a lot younger. Apparently, Bruce already began hormone replacement therapy and started getting procedures to transition during the Keeping Up with the Kardashian years. Gradually, Bruce started to look more feminine and also started to grow out his hair. In 2014, Bruce got his Adam's apple shaved down, which is a part of facial feminization surgeries and usually done in the first stage of gender reassignment. At one point before he decided to go through with it, Bruce told TMZ that he was doing it because he didn't like his trachea. When the media found out about his doctor's appointment, there were paparazzi ready to take pics, and at this point, Bruce knew that his secret might be out. Later on in 2014, Bruce continued to grow his hair and started rocking the ponytail, which his fam wasn't so fond of. Kris said at one point, "Kendall and Kylie are on the pony patrol as we speak, trying to get rid of it. I tried to manage it. I think it needs its own manager. Bruce was also spotted on his 65th birthday wearing nail polish, so at this point he was slowly coming to terms with these changes being public. As the public started speculating more, the magazine In Touch released a Photoshop cover of Bruce with lipstick, which made everyone furious because at this point he hadn't come out yet or told his story. But finally, in 2015 was when Caitlyn revealed her identity and posed for the shocking Vanity Fair cover saying, "Call me Caitlyn." So I would guess Bruce was slowly transitioning to Caitlyn through all of this, and her face got more feminine over the years. Caitlyn got facial feminization surgeries, which are done to soften masculine features into a more feminine look. Allegedly, hers were a 10-hour process. We already know that Caitlyn had a tracheal shape for the Adam's apple, but comparing photos of Bruce before Caitlyn, you can tell there are a lot of differences in the face. Way back when, Bruce had a naturally masculine face, but as time went on, he lost this look. I would guess that Bruce had quite a bit of work done aside from just 1 or 2 facelifts. Along with that, probably work to sculpt the neck. Surgeries involved in facial feminization can include forehead and hairline procedures, like reducing the brow bone, harsh angles, and moving the hairline forward. A plastic surgeon speculated that Caitlyn had these procedures done and probably some cheek implants. Caitlyn's nose started changing while she was still Bruce, but it's suspected she's had more than one nose job over the years. These days, Caitlyn's nose is super small and looks like she had quite a bit of work done to it. Some other surgeries Caitlyn may have undergone on her face during her transition could be chin work or jaw reshaping to change the shape and angles. And Caitlyn's lips are also super full now, so it's obvious she likely has gotten a lip lift to draw the lips closer to the nose, as well as fillers to make them bigger. Hopefully, Caitlyn doesn't go too overboard with all these surgeries though, because some photos definitely look like she's gotten a bit carried away. With all of the estimated money Caitlyn spent on her transition, it's clear no expense was spared. Some tabloids even think her transition cost around $4 million. Let's move on to Caitlyn's body. So we know that Caitlyn went all out with her transition and actually got full gender reassignment in 2017, which not every trans person opts to do because of complications and cost. But we'll get into that again in a little bit. Bruce also had to get himself some boobs in order to become Caitlyn. These started slowly coming in before he transitioned during the hormone replacement therapy. This will create a gradual change over time. Apparently, Caitlyn had her first augmentation and got C-cups to start. A source said that she was so obsessed with having a curvy female bod that they weren't big enough for her, and then went on to increase her implants to double Ds. An insider claimed Caitlyn loves her new breast implants and has been parading them around in all kinds of clingy tops. But what she doesn't realize is she's putting her health at risk. According to some of Caitlyn's friends, they think the bigger implants will just bring more headaches and health risks. But clearly she's loving them, so they'll just have to let her live. Now back to the big surgery that really marked Caitlyn's full transition into her new identity, her sex reassignment surgery in 2017. Besides the facial feminization surgeries and the breast implants, Caitlyn really wanted to feel female and decided to be very public about it. In her book, Caitlyn writes that she completed gender reassignment surgery in January 2017. She explains, "The surgery was a success. I feel not only wonderful but liberated," and also has said about it that, "I just want to have all the right parts. I am also tired of tucking the damn thing in all the time."
Caitlyn has been so comfortable with herself. That is a wonderful feeling to have, to be able to wake up in the morning, be yourself, get dressed, get ready to go out, and just be like a normal person. I've never been able to do that. It's always been confusion. It's always been, I got one side boy clothes, the other side's women's clothes. It's like I cleaned the whole closet out. The boy stuff is gone.
So even though this complete transition might be scary to some or others don't feel like gender reassignment is right for them, it seems like it was the right choice for Caitlyn. There are some complications to going through with a full gender change because it's obviously a really detailed process, so it's also expensive for that reason. But we know money obviously wasn't an issue for Caitlyn. Caitlyn's transition from her old identity of Bruce was world famous and very public, whether she was ready for it at first or not. Some even say she had a $4 million transition taking everything into account, but I don't know if that's really true. Aside from the face surgeries to look and feel more feminine, the 2 breast augmentations, and full gender reassignment, she also of course has been doing hormone replacement therapy over the years. The hormone therapy would have helped Bruce increase estrogen in the body and to promote female characteristics, like female distribution of hair growth, fat, and muscle. Either way, it's been a long journey, but it sounds like Caitlyn had wanted these changes for a long time, even in her past marriages. Last I heard these days, Caitlyn is dating a younger trans woman, Sophia Hutchins,